You like being an older sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the best thing about being an older sister?
I actually don't know.
You don't know.
Well, I guess I can kind of be like the boss sometimes.
Are you bossy?
Hard question.
Didn't seem to be a hard question for your dad. How much older are you than Annie?
19 months.
19 months. So not quite 2 years. That's a pretty good span.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and my teacher was a missionary in Taiwan.
Really?
Yeah.
So you kind of locked in with missionaries.
Yeah.
All right. So and we're kind of talking to you guys because you are missionaries. You're missionaries to Thailand.
Yep.
Right.
And I was saying earlier, Mark, when we first met, you were young,
Yep.
you were single,
Yep.
and you were getting ready to go on your first tour
Yep.
to Thailand or term or whatever. I was in the Army, so I think in
Same thing.
in tours. But now all of that has changed.
I like to think I'm not old.
Yeah, but you're not really young.
Am I in that tweener stage now?
Let me just say this. I can see your hair color changing. What's left, I can see it changing.
Oh, it was like that before. It's just a little longer.
It's okay.
And
So I
my
can
dad
see.
likes the head rub.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah.
Because it's half
You
bald,
should
mostly.
you should rub evenly so the bald spots should come in evenly. So, did I hear correctly? And I'm kind of jumping back. You were actually in Thailand as a missionary
Yes.
from Korea.
But I only plan for a short-term mission. I only plan for a 1-year trip.
Okay.
And I met this guy,
Met this guy.
and I realized God has bigger plan than what I planned before. So now I'm there a little longer than I was planning.
So back to this guy. So did you take classes on being a missionary or what? I mean,
You know, I didn't. I knew I was going to be a missionary since I was a kid.
Okay.
But I was able to actually kind of fall under the tutelage of Alan Johnson,
Okay.
who is one of our longtime missionaries to Thailand. He has a great balance between an academic mind and a person who also wants to go and do everything
okay.
and be that. And so he thinks about it, but he also goes and do it. Sometimes you have the opposites where you have somebody who just goes and does but doesn't think about it, or the ivory tower academic.
Right.
And he was a great mix and a great person to learn under. And so now I'm actually I've done missions courses and am actually in a program that is basically a missiology degree.
So then, in that, was there any part of that course that was like missionary wants a wife? Where do you want to go? Well, where are the prettiest girls?
You know,
Was that-
I fortunately there wasn't. I went to Northwest, which I never got the MSR degree, or
Okay.
my wife never did because she never went. So
Right.
I was kind of stuck there. They all said, you just don't marry a Thai.
don't marry a Thai.
Because with our rules, that was kind of what you're not supposed to do.
oh,
so
like the network or the
our AGWM in that particular area, you really are not allowed to date somebody in the same country that you are serving in. So I said, okay, I'll find somebody that's not in the same country.
So
serving in.
you went with the intent of finding a bride.
No, not
Absolutely
at all.
not, but it does sound fun, right? I never shut the door. I always kept a foot in the door,
Right.
and then God actually gave me somebody who represents what their name is, Sunny. Somebody who has that sunny personality, that magnetic
that's a good
personality,
play. I like
which is really what she is. And so that was one of the cool things about it. And she likes to say that I sat by her intentionally. I really didn't, but I'm glad that it ended up being that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? When God's in it, when God's in it, it turns out good.
Yeah.
One culture, two cultures. You're in a third culture.
Right.
Talk to me a little bit about some of the challenges and some of the difficulties that can spring up there. And now you're bringing up children.
So in particular with like marriage and stuff and all that, it actually was almost a level playing field.
Okay.
We met each other in Thailand. We're both learning Thai. I don't know Korean. At the time, her English wasn't great. And when we actually got married, we spent our first 5 months in Thailand because, again, if she were to go straight to America right away, while it might have been easier for me, it would have been very difficult for her.
Sure.
In that, and so of course, when there's difficulty from one person, it makes it difficult. Or if we would have gone to Korea, it would have been harder for me and less difficult for her, which then again would have left unbalanced it's a difficult language. That, in fact, most missionaries you'll talk to who have really gone and learned the language say some of the hardest times and most frustrating times in it was learning the language, because you just feel like you're not able to do much. Once you get it down, it's great. It doesn't mean it's not hard, but now I'm functioning. Right. Now I'm doing what I feel like God has asked me to do, to work with our host church, our national church, in church planting, or in whatever capacity, which means oftentimes going and being with Thai people and talking with them, and that part's awesome.
Ella, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to go to space when I grow up.
Really? You want to go to the moon? You want to go to a particular planet? You want to go to the International Space Station? What do you want to do?
The International Space Station or the moon, but it would be kind of cool to go to Mars.
Might be the first person to go to Mars.
Yeah, but it takes probably like 8 hours to go there, but it would be too long.
Yeah, you might need it if you had a DeLorean, like an '85 DeLorean. Your dad will get that reference. Maybe not your mom, but
I'm thinking more Star Trek myself.
Oh, well, I was thinking I just watched Back to the Future recently.
Yes. Oh no. When you said DeLorean, I know.
Man.
Yeah.
So I got one last question for you, Ella, and then we gotta wrap up. But what do you miss most about Thailand? When you're here in America, what do you miss most about Thailand?
Maybe I gotta say the fruits and the weather. And just the food and fruits. Maybe actually even Christmas.
We do have Christmas in this country.
I know.
Oh, okay. You just
but
got
it's
it
just
better.
different. It's just
Okay.
different.
All right.
I've been in Thailand more often, so sometimes I feel like I feel like I want to be in Thailand.
I get it.
But yeah. But here, the thing that I like here is the fishing and all the wildlife.
Ooh, you like to fish?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I took her hunting even this year.
Really? Did you get anything?
Yeah,
What'd you get?
a deer.
Well, I got it. She's too young.
Yeah. But I went.
Did you help him drag it and gut it?
I didn't gut it, but I saw everything.
She helped hold the leg down for me to gut it. Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
it stinked.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Really bad if you puncture the stomach.
But do you want to learn a little Thai?
Yes.
Okay.
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 Let's try this.
Well, I'm gonna say
tie
a couple.
this.
I'm gonna say a couple words just so that it confuses you and all that. Okay. So there are 5 tones in Thai, right? So I'm gonna say some words. Can you say ma?
Ma.
Can you say ma?
Ma.
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 Then now change the vowel, because there's 2 other tones in that.
I don't even know where the vowel is.
I'm gonna change the vowel. It's gonna be more of an aw sound. So then there's ma.
Ma.
And
I feel like a cow.
back we're gonna go ma.
Ma.
Okay, ma. Okay, so ma, the first one is the verb to come.
Okay.
Now, then you
Ma
have
here.
Yep, ma. Ma. Matini, yeah? That's it.
Matini.
Come here. Come here. Okay, then you have ma, which is horse.
I was thinking to go.
Nope.
But horse.
Completely different word, right?
Ma.
And then you have ma, which is dog. Okay, so those are those 3, and then the last 2 I did ma,
Ma.
pot, like a frying pan pot.
Okay, not like the
or a
popular
pot,
stuff.
yeah, like a pot. No, that's ganyana. So I can tell you what that is in Thai. Then you can go and you go to
Why
Thailand.
do you know that?
And then you have ma, which is doctor. Now, are you starting to see where there could be a problem
Oh yeah.
if you say it wrong?
Yeah.
You could call your doctor a pot.
Or a horse.
Or a
Or a
dog.
dog.
Or I'd tell the horse to come here.
All the time. Where
So I didn't say
not necessarily that it
anything,
starts
did
a conflict, but it can derail a sermon when you are talking about the pearl of great price, but you actually say it where it's the spittle of great price or great value.
Sounds like that's a story that may have happened.
It did not happen to me, but it is. Or one guy who is still a missionary but in a different country now actually was at a restaurant, and he was asking for a kid's chair because he had a young kid. So he was asking for a kid, but he said it wrong, but it's very close in sound. So he's asking, I need a Korean kid. Get me a Korean kid, please. Can you get me a Korean kid? Well, obviously, they have no idea. Why is he asking for a white guy
This
asking
sounds
for a
very
Korean
similar.
And that is why he's in a different country
kid? And
now.
that is why he's in a different country.
Been exiled.
Hopefully not in jail.
Been exiled.